Hey everybody!
Hi, welcome to Sean and Jared Go to the Movies, I guess. have we ever, or Jared and Sean, I guess, since it's your channel, you get top billing.
Woo!
We really need to come up with a name for this shit.
Movie reviews.
Well,
But Sean, today...
But we need to be more creative than the movie we saw. So, leave comments down below if you think you have a good enough, or better yet, head on over to his Facebook page and leave comments there as to what the title for these reviews should be.
But today, we're doing a special review. Because today...
Was it really that special?
We're not reviewing with our mouths.
I do not review with my mind. I review with my heart.
Men who review with and speak with their mouths have forgotten
the face of the family. Oh my god, this movie sucks.
Oh, their father.
So yeah,
I review with my heart.
In case you didn't guess, we went and saw The Dark Tower. Holy shit!
This was the funniest fucking movie I've ever seen.
It is one of the best accidental comedies I've ever seen in my life. So it keeps perfectly in line with all the other Stephen King movies that exist so far. With the exception of a very short few, I fully admit Green Mile is a really great movie.
Yes.
The very loose adaptation of The Running Man, fucking fantastic. Although it has very little to do with King's original story. The Mist is pretty good.
That's debatable.
Yeah, it really comes down to a preference of how you like your monster movie for The Mist. I think I had like one other... The Shining.
Yeah.
The Shining. By Stanley Kubrick. Not the Stephen King miniseries that he made because he hated Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. He did. He flat out says, like, I hate this movie. It doesn't do my source material justice. I don't like it. I don't call it my
Carrie wasn't terrible.
Again,
it's one of those.
That's a debatable subject, and it depends on who you ask.
And there's been so many different versions of it done.
Yeah. Outside of that, I don't like Stephen King. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. I'm not a fan. I tried reading it. I couldn't get through it. The characters are bland, one-dimensional. I tried reading The Gunslinger.
The Dark Tower?
No, it's not The Dark Tower. It's like the prequel book where you get to know Roland and how he became a gunslinger and what he does on his first journey to try and kill the Man in Black. But I tried reading that, and I was just like, this is not a good character. He's not well developed. He's kind of an asshole. He uses people and leaves them at his will, and he doesn't seem to grow as a character. He starts out as a dick, and he kind of finishes as a dick.
But no, he's now the little boy's daddy.
Well, that's kind of where it changes from in the book. And again, I never really got all the way through it because, for whatever reason, I lost my copy of the audiobook. And yeah, he's just kind of a giant a-hole who, all the while, his internal monologue is just going, "This kid is dragging me down in my search for the wizard. If I were to cut him loose, I would move faster. I'm having to defend him constantly," which actually is kind of a nice translation from the book, is that Roland is constantly having to save this kid.
Yeah.
In the book, at least I think this is a translation from the book. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, and this is more from the later Dark Tower books. But in The Gunslinger, he comes across this kid in the desert that has some kind of a tie to our world, but he, like, died in a car accident. Like, he ran out into traffic and got his head smashed. And it's like the last thing he remembers before he showed up in this desert-like town.
Oh.
And it's really kind of weird.
We're straying way too far.
I know nothing about the Dark Tower series outside of
I've never read it.
I know very loosely, like the very bare bones basic. Like there's this tower at the center of all of creation that connects the multiverse or whatever the fuck, and that is literally all I know. That is, I went in with that knowledge. I left with that knowledge. I learned nothing.
No, you learned something.
Did I?
If you kill somebody, kill them with your heart.
Yes, I learned the creed. I do not kill with my gun.
I do not kill
with my gun. I kill with my heart.
A man who kills.
It comes from my heart. Just remember that, Jared. If I one day murder you for making me watch something fucking awful, I do it from my heart.
And you haven't forgotten the face of your father. Because a man who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father.
Yes, I will.
You have to kill with your heart.
Oh, shit, I just forgot my father's face. Damn it. It's going to be a dishonorable murder then. Oh, well. This movie...
And prostitutes forgot the face of their father, too.
Yeah.
Or party girls.
Party girls forgot the face of their father, which they... honestly, probably did. That or they just got him confused with all the other people they call daddy. But... This movie's really goddamn boring, honestly. It doesn't spend enough time with any characters to really get to know them. About the only person who gives a good performance is Idris Elba, and that's just because I expect good out of Idris Elba no matter what he does.
Yeah.
And he'll deliver.
Matthew fucking McConaughey.
I thought he was doing his Lincoln commercial the entire time. I'm just expecting him to come out and say, you know, these portals to this Dark Tower are great, but not as great as the Lincoln.
Oh, please let that be a thing. Please, dear Jesus. I have to go find this. Has to be a
SNL
thing.
can dial up Jim Carrey and just have him come on and be like, "Hey, can you spoof McConaughey in this?" He's like, "Can I?"
That would be the greatest idea ever.
It would be fun. There's not enough in this movie for me to hate. Honestly,
Dude, we were laughing a good portion of the time.
The action scenes are fucking ridiculous.
The guy in front of us was
no lie. The best parts of this movie are what you see in the trailer. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie. They stop the bad guy in the end. It's an anticlimax how much he stopped and how much effort
he ricocheted a bullet to kill him.
Oh my god! Revolver Ocelot is telling you to tone this shit down. And that is a man who bounced a bullet around 4 times to shoot one guy in the head from a trick shot because he could.
This movie was so fucking ridiculous. The guy, I was like, oh, we for sure pissed the people in front of us off. Turned out being a guy I work with.
That's cool.
It's the same guy who requested we do the Emoji Movie.
Oh, okay. So
he's a fan.
That's cool. That's cool. So big shout out to you,
Blake.
But
we were laughing a good chunk of the time.
Anytime it came down to them having to be suspenseful, it becomes accidentally hilarious.
Yeah, like the whole. Let me. Bam! I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah, the impossible shot from like
he did it with his heart.
Mile away. Yeah, apparently you can make a 45 fly with your heart far longer than a.
But it is a magical 45 forged from Excalibur.
Yeah,
let's not forget that.
Yeah, funny how you can just melt Excalibur down and reforge it into guns. I wonder if the screws screwing the cylinder into place were used by Excalibur as well.
Maybe.
Was the wood handling and the grips?
Oh, that had to be from the hilt.
That was from the hilt?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm just gonna assume.
They sure shaved that hilt down then. I'm amazed they had enough wood to make it into 2 guns. Because you have to use all of Excalibur, otherwise the magic don't work. The magic just does not work. No, I posted after we got out of the theater. It's like, well, the Stephen King drinking game is alive and well.
Yeah, it was.
You can get your ass hammered with this thing. It's all there. One-dimensional their completely and totally unnecessary.
All the bullies got their asses kicked though.
But there's no point. They're not. They're just
no. He was
to
just
cause conflict.
There. And then he got hit in the face.
Yeah,
and got his ass. I was like, "Good for you, kid. Way to kick the bully's ass." Good
yeah, but then they immediately look at the kid who fought for himself and is like, "No, you have to leave. Get out! Get out! Self-defense is prohibited, young man. You take your lumps." And it's just like, who the fuck is this? The dialogue between the kid and his friend, Jesus, Wooden does not even begin to say it. My fucking coffee table is less wooden than they're acting. This is some of the worst portrayal of having to act in front of a green screen.
Don't forget random fist bump.
Oh yeah, random fist bump. Gotta do random fist bump. Yeah, the green screening in this was awful, especially with people reacting to it. The kid's only expression is dull surprise.
I want to know who robs a gun store with a gun. Like, and if you can't rob a gun store because gun stores, guess what?
They got guns.
The owners have like 3 loaded shotguns right fucking there.
Yeah. I was wanting you to qualify that statement because do you just think that the guy walks in, give me all your money, give me all the guns? It's like, sir, you have a gun. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll go home. Bye. I'll go home.
No, he was just stealing bullets, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the magical bullets that the guns crafted from Excalibur, it fires just standard 45.
Yep.
Just regular old 45 ACP.
Yep.
Although no, it's never qualified that it's never qualified that it's 45 ACP. It's just 45s. 45 caliber. Okay, is that for an automatic or no? Okay, I'll just give you all the bullets and a quick load bandolier, even though you've demonstrated that you can just go straight into your gun.
But he needed those so he could go.
Oh yeah, so he can flip them up and go.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of
with his heart.
Speaking of his gunplay, it must be his heart that gives him extra bullets in his chamber because he'll fire one gun like 9 times, even though he clearly only loads 6 bullets. Oh God, we had fun. I mean, we're just gonna say that we had fun.
Dude, we came out of this thing laughing.
Let me qualify that we had fun when the movie got ridiculous. There are long stretches of this movie, however, where
dull.
It's really, really goddamn dull. And
I want to recommend people go see this just to see how stupid it is.
It's really dumb, but unfortunately it doesn't reach the kind of dumb that most other Stephen King movies that I would suggest watching, like Maximum Overdrive. It reaches nowhere near that level of stupid.
But now I'm going to have a quote for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it did.
Whenever I get, like, when we were pulling out the Sean's like, pay attention to the road, Jerry. I was like, I do not drive with my hands.
It gave you one of the most
drives with his hands. Has forgotten the face of his father. I drive with my heart.
I still think that's going to get you a ticket, but either way. This movie is really... I can't recommend you go see it in theaters because it's so bad. Because it doesn't reach the Stephen King levels of bad that you would expect. It's not Dreamcatcher. It's not Maximum Overdrive. It's just mediocre bad, honestly. The CG... It's okay.
I found it hilarious.
Again, it's fine. It's passable. It's uninspired, honestly. Nobody looks at anything with shock or awe. Everyone looks at something fantastical happen, like a demon popping out in the middle of nowhere, with the exact same dull surprise every single time.
The kid was definitely Miss Cat. Like, this whole... Everybody except Idris Elba was miscast.
There's not that great in this movie, but he is like the only shining thing.
There's a hot girl there just for the purpose to be a hot girl. But like even Matthew McConaughey,
I guess if you're into
Matthew
like
McConaughey points out
Wednesday. I guess if you're into like the Nazi Wednesday Addams look, then. I suppose.
But, like, Matthew McConaughey even points it out, like, you're hot, you'll run the world.
Yeah. Good-looking people are the
you
ones
who go riding on Lincoln?
Yeah. Get yourself a Lincoln. The universe will be yours.
Then he burned her face.
Yeah, because...
she's there to get her face burned.
The rat dog people didn't. No, this movie had a lot of potential, and I'm really, really sad it didn't do anything with it. There's a really great portion. I told you about this on the ride home. There was a really great portion of this where the man in black visits the kid's family, kills like his stepdad or whatever, which such a well-defined and thought-out character who was a huge piece of shit that I'll never know what the mother saw in him. Maybe he just had a massive dick. But he kills him and apparently incinerates the kid's mom, and leaves a little message for the kid to try and use his shine, which, by the way, The Shining is going to be in this universe, so expect a remake of The Shining soon. Probably after it, because we also get the Pennywise
I'm not seeing that movie.
Circus Fair. We'll have discussions about that. But yeah, apparently The Shining exists in this universe, so expect a Shining review.
Keep talking.
And we got to a point where McConaughey says he left a little message for the kid to find. And my first thought was, oh, okay, so he's going to do something diabolical. He'll... all the while, he's had these people with, like, the face carved around the ear. And my first thought was, oh, he'll leave one of the rat dog people there. I call them that because I have no fucking clue what they are. You see, like, one of them with a muzzle over its face, and it sort of looks like a rat, but then he uses one as, like, a tracking dog, so I don't know what the fuck they are. So my first thought was, oh, he'll leave one of them there wearing her skin. And that's how he'll get a hold of the kid.
That's too clever.
That was my next immediate thought. Is like, no, that would be clever and interesting, and nothing in this movie has been clever or interesting. So we got none of that, and instead we just get this burning ash pile, where apparently he incinerated his mom. I guess.
Yeah.
This movie's full of PG-13 action violence, which means a lot of people get shot, but there's no blood. He fires a bullet through a sniper scope into a dude's head, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And it honestly...
He aimed... He did not aim with his hand. A man who aims with his head... Or he does not aim with his eyes. A man who aims with his eyes has forgotten the face of his father.
Oh, he remembered the face of his father.
He aims with his mind.
He remembered the face of his father. We were only reminded of it like 400 fucking times.
A man who... I do not shoot with my hands. A man who shoots with his hands has forgotten the face of his father. I shoot with my mind.
Yeah.
I do not
kill
with my gun.
There's no explanation behind anything.
A man who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart.
Anyway, the worst part is if this just gave like some world building to what the hell was going on and like what the Dark Tower actually.
There's talks of a TV show.
I'd kind of be behind that because I might get some explanation as to what the fuck the Dark Tower kept at bay, or what the Man in Black's overall...
The demons that summon your father.
I guess. What the Man in Black's overall relationship to Roland was. How long have they been fighting him? Why was he doing this? What does the kid do exactly? Why is he the special? Why couldn't he just chain up like 5 of the little fuckers that he had at his compound and just kind of do a super blast off that?
He tried. He did in like the beginning. But
Yeah, but it's like, wait,
they weren't strong enough.
These are the
psychic.
best kids you can get.
I mean, it's not like you can Google.
How long has he been doing this? Apparently a long time.
It's not just like you can Google psychic kids. Oh wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
You
another
can't.
Stephen King trope. Unexplained psychic children. Take a shot. Fuck me, seriously with this. There's not any explanation. You're just supposed to take everything in stride, but if you do that, you get nothing. Quite literally, just nothing. You get a mediocre action movie with Idris Elba sort of looking badass.
Maybe we weren't supposed to watch this movie with our eyes.
That's going to be it. That's going to be...
We were supposed... Because when we watched it with our eyes, we forgot the face of our father.
Well, apparently Ron Howard forgot a lot of shit, including how to make a competent movie.
We were supposed to watch it with our mind or heart. One of the two. I'm not
Well, it's
sure.
clearly not supposed to be watched with your mind.
No, our
And my heart wasn't in it, so this movie's failed that test twice now. But, yeah.
Maybe Ron Howard forgot the face of his father.
That's it!
That's why this movie wasn't any good.
That's it! Random fist bump. Yeah!
We figured it out.
We know now! All we have to do is just bring Andy Griffith back from the dead and he'll be fine. Yeah, I got nothing else. This movie was bleh at best. Wait for it on DVD or Netflix if you really, really want to see it.
Yeah. Or if you have a friend who has free movie tickets.
Yeah, if you've got a free movie pass that's about to expire, there are worse things you could go see.
I hear the Emoji movie's pretty awful.
Yeah, the Emoji movie's definitely bad. Transformers. I don't think that's in theaters anymore.
It is.
Oh, well, then yeah, that's something awful you could go see.
But I guess until next time.
Yeah, that's about it, everybody.
Remember, don't forget the face of your father.
Kill the next man with your heart, not your eyes or hand or mind.
No, wait, the mind was you aim with your mind.
I don't fucking care.
I
don't care with my heart.
Well, at least you didn't forget the face of your father.
No, he came back to me, so your death will be honorable.
Woo! I guess we'll see you guys later.
Later.